Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the 529. 2020 was certainly a crazy year due to the pandemic and COVID-19's impact on just about all areas of life. And one of those areas of life that it impacted significantly was college planning. And a lot of people have asked me, how is it going to impact the cost of college and how we go about paying for college and the cost going forward? With the switch to virtual classes for most of 2020, for a lot of students out there, a lot of people are thinking and hoping that the cost of college is going to start coming down some because the prevalence of those online classes is going to start to increase more and more. But I wouldn't be so convinced that that's the case. If you'd like to learn more about how we can help you develop a plan to implement strategies like this, please click the link in the description below to learn how you can become our client. While it's true that the cost of providing an online class to a college is a lot less than providing an in-person class experience, the simple fact of the matter is that online classes have been growing for the last decade or so. And unfortunately, we've continued to see the cost of college go up during that same period of time. On average, we're looking at anywhere from 3 to 5% increase in costs year by year. And this is all at the same time while those virtual class experiences have been increasing as well. So while the virtual experience due to COVID of going to college might result in some fees that you can get back as far as room and board is concerned, which is completely reasonable because you're not going there to begin with, I wouldn't expect a lot of schools to be coming forward and saying, here's your tuition back, or ultimately providing any kind of payback for what you've already paid for those online classes. Another thing to keep in mind is that the impact of the pandemic is really expected to start to subside beginning in Q3 of this year or the fall of this year. And ultimately what that means is that the traditional college experience is going to start to come back, which for most of us, that's a wonderful thing. But from a cost standpoint, that means that schools are going to revert right back to doing things the way that they normally do and charging the ways that they normally do. So again, the window of time for them to have to consider cost decreases due to COVID is going to be very, very small. And I don't anticipate that impact to the overall cost of college being decreased is going to be significant. So it's critical that you still have a plan for your students and your family that's going to be able to lower those costs as much as possible and put your student in the best possible position to get aid that they can be. One last thing to keep in mind about the impact of COVID on the cost of college is that just like everywhere else, colleges are feeling the financial burdens and the financial effects of COVID as well. A lot of students deciding to stay closer to home, so you don't have a lot of those out-of-state tuitions necessarily, but then also just a lot of families and students deciding to take a gap year and not send their students at all because of the uncertainty surrounding COVID and what that experience is going to be like. So the schools are going to be very eager to get back to the normal state of things where they can start bringing in income and bringing in students the way that they normally do, which is not going to translate into lower costs, unfortunately, for you or your family. If you like this video and you want more tips and strategies to help you become a more educated consumer of college education, please make sure to like this video by clicking below and subscribing to my channel for more videos to help you do just that. And make sure to click the notification bell so that you get notified every time a new video is published. If you're looking for help developing a plan to understand your net cost for all of the schools on your students list and how those schools approach financial aid and how you can put your student in the best possible position to get as much financial aid as possible, please make sure you click the link below to learn how you can become our client, and we can develop a plan to help you do just that and lower your cost as much as possible. Thank you and good luck going beyond the 529.